Well, I mean, we usually have something fun for you. Let's wait for this to come up. And we are live! Hello, Hacksters. Welcome to Fundum Friday. Today we have a cool kit around in the office for you. It is the Meadow Kit from Wilderness Labs. This is not the original packaging. This is a kitten-bought Meowbit bag, but this is how I got it. And I thought I would share with you what's inside of here, as well as the project itself. Here we go. Neat. So, we've got some headers. We've got both female and male headers. They're a pretty blue color, which I love, along with a couple of mounting screws and nuts. Pardon me, mounting bolts and nuts. We've got some sweet Wilderness Labs stickers. As you can see in the description to the video, this is a full-stack.net standard IoT platform. And by the description, I mean this page that I have pulled up here on Kickstarter. So it works with the .NET coding language. We have a little pin that says Wilderness Labs on it, if we could focus on that. We have a sweet coaster made of wood that I could peel off if I wanted to. We might as well give the people what they want. And in just a second, we'll get to the main event, but look at that. As usual with laser etched stuff, there's going to be some little islands of sticker, but it's pretty nice as is. Ooh. It's a very pretty coaster. It's kind of got a little, it's got a bunch of mounting holes and stuff, so maybe you can use it as like a part of your project enclosure or something. Maybe it's not a coaster at all. Maybe it's both. It's a coaster, it's a project enclosure, it's both. Gorgeous! Okay, now finally the main event. We have this little bag with the Meadow sticker on it, and da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, hey, it's the Meadow. Fantastic. So this is a wide, long little board. It's got little boot and reset buttons. It's got a little antenna on it. This is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, I believe, enabled. It's got a LiPo battery connector. One of the amazing things about this that I love is that it not only has a LiPo battery connector, but it has a built-in charging circuit. It infuriates me when I have a microcontroller that comes with a LiPo JST connector, and you have to unplug it with your poor little fingernails in order to be able to charge it. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So I love that they have a charging circuit on the board. A slightly wonky little USB micro connector. That's kind of cute. It's a little bit crooked. I love it. Yeah. And then there's a ton of GPIO pins here, including dedicated SCK, Mosi Miso. There's probably, well, I guess system data would just be any of these other ones, I guess. I don't see TX RX, but that would probably, I'm sure there's a TX and RX pin. Oh yeah, here's SDA and SCK. Cool. There's more comprehensive pin documentation on the back here. So let's take a look. And actually, they make a lot about the feather form factor. This is not the same as the Adafruit feather that we have. It's got more pins, but my guess is that you'll be able to plug in anything that plugs into the feather, plus, you know, have some extra pins left over, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, if I sort of mesh these two together, there's like an extra battery pin, an EN pin, reset, and 3v3. Oh wait, no, it's gonna be a little further up. So you put it like this. Oh, okay, yeah. And then there's just like 4 extra digital pins at the bottom or something. Do those actually line up? I don't know. It appears to somewhat line up. Let's take a look at the description. So, fullstack.net standard IoT platform. There is a bunch of stuff at the bottom about how it compares to other platforms such as Arduino and Raspberry Pi. Here, supported features, microcontroller based, you know, that shares with that with Arduino. It's got both Wi-Fi and BLE. It's got analog input. It's got a full .NET standard, which, you know, even on Raspberry Pi, that's not super great. You've got managed peripheral drivers, curated hardware and APIs. It's AI ready, which at the time that this was funded, I believe was pretty unique. Since then, just recently, you know, with the Arduino Nano 33 BLE Sense, you can do some TensorFlow models on the Arduino, but this is pretty recent. And so the Meadow has had this for a while. You've got over-the-air updates, an embeddable form factor, graphical display support, which we'll talk about, low energy, and a battery charging circuit. I love it! So speaking of the display support, they've got all kinds of stuff for TFT displays, e-ink, let's see. And, you know, they say it's truly plug and play, so you can like just plug this stuff in as you see here. In their handy little diagram. I noticed that they're plugging in the moisture sensor via its prongs, which is maybe not how I would do it, but yeah. You can program it in C#, glorious. You can check out the block diagrams, wonderful documentation. They've actually already got 62 projects up on Hackster. Check this out. Wow. Other people have been publishing stuff with this as well, but yeah. And so we've got some example code. Oh yeah, here we go. The display drivers. Text displays, OLED displays, monochrome LCDs, and full color TFT LED displays, as well as drivers for a wide variety of high visibility, multicolor e-ink / e-paper displays. Love it! They've got all these drivers. Yeah, graphics library. They have a ton of examples, and there's a pro kit that you can get that this campaign has ended, but they're going to be doing another sale in March. So you have not missed your window. Industrial control frameworks, you can do PID loops with it. It has multiple PID controllers built in, as well as a framework for creating your own PID variants. That's really cool if you're doing like autonomous robots and stuff, or any kind of thing where you're trying to drive something to a specific speed or angle and have it be responsive. Camera framework. Does it have a little camera connector on here? I thought it did. Not that I can see, but I think it's pretty easy to connect them. Connect to your camera hardware and you will be taking pictures in just a few lines of code because they already have a bunch of drivers for different ones. AI ready! Supporting the .NET standard gives you access to thousands of NuGet packages and plugins, including ones to connect to cloud services and leverage machine learning, image processing, video processing, or hundreds of other AI services being brought online by major cloud providers such as Microsoft and Amazon. The entire .NET standard catalog, use your favorite cloud, whether that be Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, etc. Develop with Windows or Mac, which is very nice. Pardon me. Oh, my. So, they created the Meadow F7 micro board. Meadow has been designed to run on a variety of microcontrollers, but they've also made this board for you. Based on ST Microelectronics' flagship STM32 F7 microcontroller, an embeddable module that's based on the Adafruit Feather form factor. I'm really curious about that. It has integrated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And you can read more about this stuff. Oh yeah, the low energy stuff, ultra low energy. It can run indefinitely on small solar cells, which makes me really happy, or for years on a battery, and has that integrated charging circuit, which makes me so happy. Yes, it's powerful enough to fly a drone. That's where your PID loops come in. 32 megs of flash storage and 16 megs of RAM. I think that, and yeah, there's more of the specs on here. If you look, you can figure out, you know, the 216 megahertz ARM Cortex-M7 chip, 15 etc. You know, you can check that out. One of the most interesting things to me about this campaign is that they just did all the shipping. So as of a couple days ago, they're all shipped. They talk about a lot of cool stuff in this latest update. So Hackster projects, yay, we love you, including these two pieces, which are included in the Intense Kit, which what do they actually call it? It's not the Intense Kit. Meadows and Hat Kits for sale. They put in the order for the next batch. They're making 1,000 of them for delivery in March, and they're available for pre-sale now in the store. They're also doing another batch of the Hack Kit Pros. That's what it is, not the Intense Kit. But that most of the sample projects are based on the Hack Kit Pro components, so it'll accelerate your ability to learn. So if you go to store.wildernesslabs.co, you'll be able to grab the Hack Kit Pros, or 6 of them at a time, 5 of them at a time. All kinds of cool stuff. That's $150 for the whole Hack Kit Pro. Or if you just want the micro development kit, it is $50. Nice. Nice. So besides the Hackster projects, they also have this developer community at developer.wildernesslabs.co and the Meadow.foundation. Very cool. Lots of support for building whatever you want. They have more info in this latest update about the networking, AOT compilation, on-device debugging, which is not there yet, but it's gonna be. I think it also actually has on-device hardware encryption, AES encryption. It's pretty cool. And yeah, so you can check out this stuff if you want more information about where the project currently is and where it's going. So this is the Meadow F7 development board, which I've just accidentally removed from the window. There we go. From Wilderness Labs. You can buy it on their store for delivery in March, store.wildernesslabs.co. It's a very nice form factor. My favorite color scheme, which is the most important thing, right? Matte black with gold, enamel coating, and then white silk screen. So nice. That charger, honestly, and the low power options, as well as all these GPIOs, this seems like a really powerful board for doing IoT. Any kind of sensor network or a bunch of sensors you could have connected to the same board in one place. That seems like a wonderful thing. Plus with the Wi-Fi and BLE, you could even add a ton of these in the same place and have them all talk to each other or to a central gateway. Sky's the limit. Super awesome. Yeah, I'm going to check and see if there's any questions before we wrap up here. Mark Jones says, VB2 or C# only? I think Visual Basic as well. I could be wrong there, but I think it is true. Let's find out. Visual. You can develop Meadow apps in Visual Studio or VS Code for Mac or Windows. So I'm not that familiar with Visual Basic. I'm not sure if being able to develop in Visual Studio means that you can use Visual Basic or not. But I'm guessing that maybe you will know from that information. Hope that helps. If not, you can always look up the campaign and hopefully find the answer to your question. Thank you for participating. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome Friday and a wonderful weekend, and hack on.